So I was asked the question the other day, how much validation is enough before I move on from the validation phase to the MVP building phase? So a couple things. One, the MVP is still very much validation. It's just a de-risked form of validation. It's more expensive to build software, expensive to maintain, expensive to change. And I say that as a guy who builds software. I want to write as little of it as possible. But when you move to the software building phase, you still are getting validation, and it's a different form. It's much more concrete form. It's less ephemeral than words and conversations. That said, the answer to how much validation is enough is to figure out how many people you need to validate the idea. What would make you feel confident such that investing money in building a software product has been sufficiently de-risked so that you feel good about investing the money in building the software product. So as an example, a concrete example, the second company that I started, my business partner and I had gone down the road of building software first and realizing, as software builders, that's sort of what we do, realizing that it was a dumb approach because it was just expensive and time consuming. So not dumb, but expensive and time consuming. So what we did was for the second business I started, we were first-time co-founders together, and we said, you know what, we're not going to build until we've had 10 people commit to paying us money based on the strength of a conversation with them about the problem they have and us showing them wireframes and getting feedback on a solution. And if they have the problem and they like the solution, we'd ask them to commit money to pay us, and we would give the money back if we did not build a piece of software. We didn't actually end up taking the money. We just ended up asking for the money because it felt scary to take the money up front. And we, instead of 10, when we got to 6 with a bunch of strong conversations, we said, you know what, we're going to start building this. We got to 8 after we had started building, so we got 2 more after we'd started building. And then when we actually launched the product, we got 6 of the 8 who'd promised to pay us to actually pay us. So for us, it's very different for everybody, what that sort of comfort level for validation is. For us, we wanted 10, we settled for 6 with a bunch of positive conversations, and we ended up at 8 and only 6 paid us. But that was enough, and that was enough to get the business off to the races, which we later grew and sold. So it's a real personal question, but the way that I would think about it is, what do you need in order to feel comfortable investing time and money into building software?